This is me graduating high school, June 5th, 2026. And after 12 years of being in school, going through a bunch of trial and error, I've learned a ton along the way. And the information I'm about to share to you is valuable advice that I hope you actually take into consideration instead of making the same mistakes over and over again. I want what's best for you guys because I wish I did things differently. First off, you have to make the most of these years and to just try to build each skill as much as possible. Each of your skills being like your social skills, your discipline, your confidence, what you're good at, like finding your right hobby and just kind of making the most of each day instead of wasting so much time. My biggest mistake was just spending so much time on video games, and it wouldn't even always be with friends. A lot of the times I just play by myself too and pure offline because, I wasn't in the mood to talk to anyone. That was a bad mistake because I'm just kind of spending my time here sitting, playing, and just wasting time with mindless entertainment, not actually building something, which isn't the worst thing because you're young, you want some fun, an hour or so after school is, whatever. But I feel like I should have spent more time actually doing sports instead. I've done track and field, but I feel like I should have done more, especially with middle school and the 4 years of high school that I had. I could have been in better shape, could have developed better, could have made more friendships. I graduated, and after all these years, I can safely say that still no one has my back. I can't really trust anybody like really fully besides my family, not even all my family as well. I feel like I could have done so much more and that I failed in a way. There's so many things I could have done. I could have tried dating more, but instead I kind of just didn't do any of that shit. I could put myself out there more. Now I'm just sitting here trying to figure it out all by myself. Now, that's not to say that, you just have to talk to anyone, it doesn't matter who it is. No, you're going to watch your social circle too. That's really important. It's actually better to be totally alone and lone wolfing it than to be with a bad social group filled with 5 to 10 bad people. Way better to be alone. But you got to find that balance. Like if you have just 2 to 3 like good close friends that can actually boost you up and help you, that is the best thing by far. Better than 10 friends that don't really care, and better than just 0. So make sure you spend the time in school getting the best relationships and just focusing on the 3 main pillars of life: health, wealth, and relationships. This goes on to my next point. Try to basically progress as early as possible. Find a job as soon as you can. Get your driver's license as soon as possible. There's no point in waiting. Like, even if you don't feel ready, put yourself in those shoes anyway. Take the risk. You have to take more risks. Most people just stay safe. They don't try to get out of their comfort zone, and then they wonder why they plateau and stagnate. It's because you're not actually trying to grow and do anything. How else are you gonna learn something? You gotta fall and you gotta get back up type shit. You gotta fall and get up over and over again. Yes, I got my driver's license already, but it was like at 17 and a half or something. It wasn't even as early as I could have. And a lot of it's to do with the financial kind of circumstances I was in. I didn't have a job either. Still should have pushed through with it anyway and just forced it. You know what? I want to get my driver's ed and license as soon as possible. You know what? I'm going to work a job no matter what. But instead, I want to just have the time to do all these dumb things like play games and just eat bullshit and do bullshit. Like just not do shit. I didn't learn enough skills. It took me until the end of 11th grade to finally go towards my passion and future goal, which is content creation and being a personal coach, trainer. Let's say I would have started that at 13 or 14. You know how much more ahead I could be by now? See what I mean? It's really crazy. So even if it's a shit job, it's better than no job. It's better than being unemployed, And having a shit box for a car is better than having no car. If you have to use your parents' car, pay for the insurance if you want, or have your parents pay for it. Eventually you can just kind of save up to get a better car. Just keep leveling up, keep scaling everything. That's the game of life. You have a foundation. It's like Monopoly. You have basic properties, you have a foundation, and you just keep scaling it. Unfortunately, this ain't like the ancestral days where materialism and currency didn't matter as much. Nowadays, in the new world, I feel like a lot of things are about money. Money talks, plain and simple. If you don't have the wealth part of your life covered, then you're not going to really have the best time in even the relationships part of your life or just with anything. Now, I think health is the most important, but then after that, I think it's wealth. You're not going to be able to fulfill your life if you don't have the income to even support your basic needs and your wants, your needs and wants. You want to get your needs covered first and then get your wants covered because we're not just robots that work. We have a life too. We have hobbies. We have stuff we want to do. So if you just have the income to support that, you just have a better time. So that's why you got to work as soon as you can, even if it's McDonald's. It's better than nothing, but you should try to get a better job than that because that is kind of a rat race. It is a zoo at the end of the day. Another big piece of advice I have throughout your school years is you have to stop worrying so much about things that don't matter. Popularity, social status, unnecessary connections with bad people, or just focusing on dumb crap like trying to get the next, rank in a game or whatever. I feel like it's just such a waste of mental energy, and you should try to save your mental energy as soon as possible. I think that's a really big thing that people don't talk about, is the mental aspect of it, like the stress and the cortisol. I know the cortisol thing is lower your cortisol, but there's actually some truth to it. You do want to lower your cortisol as much as you can. Naturally, when you wake up, your cortisol will be higher, that you're more alert. It's literally the daytime, it's the morning, and that gets you alert and moving. But then throughout the day, you want to be remaining calm. And then at nighttime, you want to actually be literally the lowest cortisol possible because you're ready to sleep. You want to have your signaling and your hormones set and dialed in. When you have low cortisol, you'll just tend to feel more peace. And I feel like peace and freedom in life is one of the biggest things. You could even argue that trading money for freedom and peace is actually the way to go. Like, I know there's a lot of people that say, oh, try to live with your parents as long as possible. Even if it means you're there until you're 25 years old, live with your parents as much as possible to save the most amount of money, this and that. I am on the other side of the token where I kind of disagree. I feel like, yes, you'll be saving a lot less money if you move out and try to do it on your own, but I value freedom and independence first and foremost. I really feel like, yes, in the moment you're losing out money, but I think eventually in the long run, you can get started on your feet more and then eventually make more money. But if you have a really good relationship with your parents and you have no problems kind of staying around, then do it. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm just recommending that if you're like the type of person that's very ambitious and could go without needing a parent all the time or needing constant connections with people, then try to find your own place, even if it's a one-room shack. That way you can have your environment be structured the exact way you want. You have the exact stuff you want in your house. You don't need to follow anyone else's orders, like your parents telling you what to do. You're paying your own rent, you're doing your own shit, and you're just kind of living your life. So I really value that, and I kind of recommend that for everyone, but I know not everyone is going to be in the wretched position to do so, because unfortunately, family can add stress. And with this whole mental aspect I'm touching on, I really value the mental health. How are you going to get all this money and follow your dreams if your mindset, if your mental is not all there? If you're constantly undervaluing yourself, if you constantly keep telling yourself, oh, I can't do this, I'm going to be a failure, I ain't going to get nothing, I ain't going to get no money, I ain't going to have no love, I ain't going to do what I want to do. If you keep believing that and telling yourself that, your action will reflect that, and that's eventually what your life's going to become, just a loser. And you do not want that. You have one damn life, and you're going to waste it on telling yourself over and over again, I'm a failure, I'm a failure, I'm a failure. Man, I just feel like it's such a missed opportunity, dude. It's so sad that there's tons of people with great potential. They have very valuable skill sets, and they've put their love into something, but because they fear what others think, or their mental is not all there, they get held back and they never get where they want to be. It's so freaking sad, and I really hope that you guys don't fall into that trap. I'm trying my best not to fall in that trap. Luckily, I'm young, so I have more time than a lot of people to get things straightened out and to learn from mistakes and to go through trial and error. You try to limit trial and error as much as you can, but it's inevitable. There's no point in trying to be 100% perfect with everything. It's kind of just more mentally straining to try to be 100% perfect and to think in your mind over and over again, oh, I gotta be perfect, than to just do the thing and to just be consistent. If you can find a skill that you love, if you can stop wasting mental energy on crap, if you can just get on your feet as soon as possible with a job, license, if you can just always try to learn, be open-minded, not waste time, make the most out of your years, please try and do your best. Just do the best you can. Give everything your all. Don't hold back. If you want to say that thing, say it. If you want to do that activity or after school club, do that motherfucking activity. You got to stop giving a fuck. The problem is you're giving too many fucks. You shouldn't be giving one fuck. The feeling of regret will always trump the feeling of failure. Because with failure, you're like, okay, at least I tried. And you learn from it. And then you just improve and you get better each time. But if you do something and pussy out, now you'll be regretting and be like, what could have been? You never want to be in that position, whether it be with a business decision or relationship-wise. Now you're regretting it, and now you just fucked yourself. Now you have to deal with that regret for the rest of your life, depending on how severe it is, of course. If any of that's severe, okay. But if it's a really severe regret, then now you have to deal with that on your shoulder for the rest of your freaking life. And that's just going to strain your mental. Notice the thing with this video is prioritizing your mental health while doing the things that you know are valuable. You can't be a robot and just work 24/7 without your mental just collapsing and it spiraling to other problems and addictions. That's not even possible. Some people can do that better than others, but if you can focus most of your time being work as much as you can while having your mental in check too and having a good balance between those two things, because remember, you don't want to bounce your life too much because you don't want to spread yourself too thin. As I said in the video before, bounce is a little overrated in my opinion. You have to go all in on one thing or two things, because if you don't, you're not going to really have the dedicated phases on something to really progress it enough. If you're really into running and doing all that endurance type stuff, have a training block based on endurance and put strength training on the back burner. Now, once you're done with your endurance and you got your fix from that, now you go back into a strength-based training block and you progress on that while keeping the endurance on the back burner. So my plans for basically the future that I know, that I'm just going to tell you guys, because I just really want to help the most people possible. I want to be the best personal trainer and fitness coach or even lifestyle coach that I can be, online, in person, wherever. I want to just help you guys the most I can because it genuinely fulfills me. I get more fulfillment helping someone else get their dream body than just doing it for myself, because I already know what I got to do. I've been going at it for 2.5 years now training. So if I can just get someone else on the right path and really make them love the fitness lifestyle and what they do, it just warms my heart. And it's generally just so fulfilling, more than really any other thing right now. And getting paid for it just is a bonus, but that's not really the core thing. The core thing is just providing value, and then the income comes with it. Don't value just the money itself, value the thing you're into, and then the money will follow because you're giving so much value. So I'm going to try and do the best I can here. I'm going to even attend community college, I guess, in my local area to become like a certified personal trainer, get my certificate. I might not even have to do that. I think I can do it online, but I'll be looking in that. I know the fall semester for my community college starts on August 30th or something like that, which is when I'll be starting to do my sort of field of study and shit. We'll see what happens then. I'll provide updates here and there on what I'm doing, just if you care enough, because ultimately the personal life I have is what's going to dictate the content. Because if I'm really busy, there's going to be a little less content. If I have more free time, then there's going to be more content. So I'm just trying to be really transparent with you guys and authentic as much as possible. Unedited video, no script, nothing like that. So yes, this is the best advice that I got for you all after graduating high school and being in the school system for 12 years. I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I'm so different than how I was when I entered high school first time versus leaving high school. And when you are in high school, you'll probably feel the same way. You'll be like, damn, I really changed since entering high school for the first time in 9th grade. And that's part of the process. There's nothing wrong with that. You're just constantly trying to find the best version of yourself day in and day out. You always try and take the win. You never lose. If you lose, shrug it off, move forward, and just do the absolute best you can. Do whatever it takes. I'll see you going forward.